This is Gonzalo Lira from El Heraldo, Mexico. Hi, Kate. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm so happy to talk with you. Congratulations on the movie. Something that I really enjoyed a lot about it is how you understand if anyone has been near a sick person, terminally ill person, knows how it affects everybody surrounding that person. And I think that you put special emphasis on that. Was that something that you wanted to portray in particular? How important was it for you to start with that part?
It was really important to me. I have lost my own mother. She passed away in 2017, so I have gone through it. I have been in those spaces. I have had conversations with doctors and nurses. I have also faced that terrible moment when they say there's nothing more that we can do, and it's shocking and confronting. I don't know if you know, but the screenplay was written by my son, who is only 21 years old. And when my mother passed away, he was 13. He has written throughout his life. He's always written poetry. He's always written plays when he was in school, and he's an actor as well. And he got a place in screenwriting school, and he was encouraged to write something that was familiar to him. And his memory of when we all came together, when my mother passed away, was that it was so unusual how this family, this huge, messy family who live in different parts of the world, were even able to logistically meet and be there for her was so unusual, and it was odd, and the conversations were really like bizarre and out of nowhere. And there were also things that happened that were very humorous. And strangely, somehow, when you're faced with real tragedy, I think human instinct means that you have to kind of find something that gets you through. And that's why I think all of these characters being so different, with Connor being so close to the mother, with the Helen character played by Toni Collette being a bit more detached and almost holistic and journeying in her own life just in order to cope with the crazy family anyway. And then Julia being practical and Molly being so complicated. All of those themes and those different characters really felt so true to life. And it was my job as the person who ended up directing it as well as producing it and acting in it. It was my job to make sure that not only we captured that, but I created an on-set environment that felt different to the actors so that they had real ownership of the space, that the most important thing in any scene was them. So I had a lot of situations where I was able to lock off cameras and have all of our crew quietly walk away. So there was no one in the rooms with these actors. They weren't even aware of when the camera was necessarily rolling, and I would just say, in your own time, and they would start acting these scenes, and they would find a rhythm that was very quiet and really intimate and had that sense of realism that mattered so much in terms of capturing this family and really coming under the skin of what it was that they were experiencing. And those difficult conversations sometimes are whispered, sometimes they're very, very hard to have. And it was my job to hold that space really for them and make sure that I was capturing everything that they were bringing to it. And Helen Mirren said she had never worked in an environment that was as sparse as the environment that I was able to offer to her, and it really meant a great deal.
Yeah, that's interesting. And another thing that came to my mind was how important it seems for you to face audiences with awkwardness, with uncomfortable situations and conversations. Why is it so important for you?
I think that for the majority of people, I think we go to the movies and we want to see things that we can connect with. We almost want to subconsciously look for versions of ourselves in the characters that we see on screen. And it is important to me to be part of something that can create conversation, can make people feel so differently that maybe it might alter the way that they think or the way that they choose to behave in their own lives or respond to something in their own lives. And it's a real privilege to be in a position where, in Making Goodbye June, we were dealing with something that people find very, very hard to talk about. And actually, in Western culture, we're really not very good at talking about loss and illness and grief and what to do. People don't always know what to do or even what to say. And I really hope that through making this film, we were able to offer people an opportunity to have some conversations that they may otherwise never have had.
Well, hopefully that's what cinema is for, right?
Yes, it is.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Kate.
Thank
you.
Thank you very much.